Yeah, bro, you guys gotta come by, man. I live in South Euclid, bro.
It's kind of far from me.
Oh, you ain't that far from me at all. Like I live in Mayfield Heights, so.
Oh man, yeah, I'm right there. I'm right down the street from off Redford Road.
I live in Canada.
Oh, Redford. Okay, yeah. He lives in Canada, but he can find a ride.
Off Redford Road.
Okay.
And we are live.
We are live 20 seconds ago.
Oh, bitch.
This is Sketched Out. This is
We
my
are
host.
sketched out, and we lost our guest.
My bad. I have my laptop, so I just want to see what it is live. So yeah.
No, good, man. This is Sketched Out. I'm Cole Clayton. With me, I have my host, the extreme moderate, Kyle Petrila. And at some point, we'll have Willie Santiago appear, his beautiful head right there.
There he goes.
Thanks, guys.
How are you doing, man? It's been a couple years since I talked to you last.
Yeah, I haven't seen you, man. I've seen you a while, man. I was like, is this guy going through depression or something, man? What's going
Yeah,
on?
generally speaking, but
Yeah, man. I've recently gone through that kind of stuff, bro. But as men, we got to learn to. They expect us just to suck it up and let it be, but we always hold it in and then deal with it later.
we'll deal with our depression on our deathbed.
Yeah, I'll just smile, bro. Making people laugh is the way to go, man. Honestly, that's how I keep it pushing.
Never Satisfied said dope.
No.
But so you are a comic, stand-up comic in Cleveland, Ohio. That is where you're still based, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you just said you live in South Euclid. So,
Yeah.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
I started in 2012. My son's mom, she was like, you should do it, and a bunch of my buddies. And I heard about comics doing open mics and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, Lakewood Village Tavern. Lakewood Village Tavern running since who the fuck knows ever, but for a long time. But that's where I started doing it. And I grouped up with Delonte Hawk, Sean Showtime, Fred, and a few other guys that I can't remember everybody's names, but that's where I started off. I had audition on the east side. It was like at a weight room somewhere on the east. It was random. So I went, there was like audition. I don't know why I had audition. I did my audition. I remember D-Hawk he was like, had the camera, and I like did my thing. They're like, damn, you did it quick. But because I've always been in theater since 6th grade, man. I've always loved being on the stage, man. And the 6th grade play I did, it was like an African play. And I was like the king of the play. I forgot the name of the play, but if you know name, it's very familiar. It's very common. So it was a scene where I was behind the table. It's just like a last scene, and I had my shirt off. They had to have me take my shirt off. I'm like, whatever. But I was embarrassed. It was the whole school. And my scene was to stand up and say my lines. So I'm like, all right. So I stand up and I say, as soon as I get up, the whole school starts laughing. And I'm like, damn, I got embarrassed. I'm like, damn. But I was always told, like, they want to see a show. Don't let them show you. Don't let them see that you fucked up. I'm all right. So I turn around and I take a deep breath. I turn back around and I do my lines. And then I got like a standing ovation. And I was like, oh shit, this is what it feels like. And I fell in love with being ever since entertainer. Like, and they gave me so much love. And at that time I was b-boying, breakdancing and stuff. And so ever since I fell in love with it, man. But I got into high school, got into sports, and then my senior year, I fucked my knee up from wrestling, tore my meniscus, couldn't play football, had scouts, and I couldn't wrestle. So I was like, damn, fucked it up. I got back in the drama club, got to Shakespeare, went downtown to compete, lost. I missed one line. I could have went to New York, but it all happens for a reason, man. I just love doing it, man. Being on stage and being in front of people, making them laugh is what really keeps me up afoot. Makes me happy, man. I love doing it. This is what I love doing, man. I do professional wrestling too, so
stand-up is not the only performative art you do.
No, I do professional wrestling. I do theater. I performed at the Cleveland Public Theater. That was like a dream come true. No, not is it Cleveland Public Theater on Detroit Avenue. I think it's what it's called. Yeah, I performed there on Detroit Avenue, and that was like I think I always wanted to do. I always seen it. I don't know if Cleveland Public Theater is down. Is that the one that's downtown, or that's something else? I can't remember. But I know I performed the Cleveland Theater down in Detroit, and I always wanted to. And my boy Tony Fresh, I'm teamed up with Showpiece Entertainment and Showpiece Comedy, he got me into that. He got me gig there, and I'm like, sweet. So I did it, and it was this most exciting thing ever, man. It was like a bucket list thing, and so once you perform, you're like a member and stuff. So
That's what's up.
I loved it, man. I love doing it, man. So it's my thing.
You've been doing it. You said 2012, so 12 years now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did stop for a few years, so I don't want to continue to say 12 years. I had a kid, and then I lost all my hair because I have alopecia. I had hair, as you'll see in the skits where I have hair. I lost it at 21. That was like a big depression moment. I like went to a huge slope. It took me like 5 or 6 years to like kind of gather myself, because it turned into like people looking at me funny, and then I just kind of like figured it out and just utilized that and went back into comedy. And so you know a few of my jokes that I relate to the way I look, and it's been pretty good ever since, man.
You know, I never even questioned it because, like, I've known you probably like 4 years now.
Yeah.
Like, well, obviously we haven't talked in a couple years, but like I never even questioned it. And then one day you said you had alopecia on stage, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. Like, people are assholes, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
People that knew me when I had hair, they sometimes don't recognize me, and I'm like, cool. So I like see them at a store or something, and they'll give me this look, and I just kind of like keep it pushing. It was like, I don't have to engage. But most people that know me, they're like, damn, Will, you know, yeah, that was your people. They're like, oh yeah, you didn't change a bit. You're still you. You're still you. I'm like, yeah, just because I look different, don't mean I'm like a different person. I'm still me, bro. So yeah.
My personality fell out with the hair, like.
Yeah, it happened in 2 weeks, man. It was a scary thing, bro.
Really?
It was wild.
It's like other than like your eyebrows, is there like most people like you could just be that way, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, other than the eyebrows are the only thing that are really expected, but like you could technically shave everything else, so it's just
yeah.
Like, I didn't really notice until you said something. And I was like,
nobody ever notices. Like, I didn't know you had eyebrows, probably because you see the tint here, and then I do this. So you're like, oh, you have eyebrows? I'm like, well, my eyebrows aren't blonde, bro. So
no, I didn't. I wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, nobody ever notices till I tell them, like, oh shit, you don't. I'm like, I don't even have eyelashes, nose hair, ear hair, nothing, man. It's all gone, bro.
My problem is I don't really look at people. Like, I'm just kind of in my own zone. So like when people are like if I would be the worst person to like if I was like a witness and they needed a description about me, I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, I assume it was a man because they had a deep voice, but
they've
you never
done
know these days. Like
they've done studies, dude. Like, no eyewitness is worth shit.
Right.
No, they don't know fuck all. We don't know anything. When like our reality is just all in our own head.
It's wild, man. It is wild, bro. Like to get dealt with this kind of stuff, this transition. Like, people are born with it, so they're used to it. For me, I was like in my prime, and I, you know what I'm saying, I was in my midst of being back into Breeboy, getting to my entertainment, and I was like really pumped up, and then that happened. So it kind of
Do they know?
It kind of hit me like that, like, oh shit. And so it was a wild time, but it made me recollect myself and kind of understand, like, life will hit you with some bullshit. I mean, even after that, man, I got 2 baby moms, man. So it's like, you know, like, I guess it worked out. So I want to tell people, man, you gotta learn to love yourself, man. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I know depression is a thing, but how I see it is that life is going to give you obstacles, man, and you have to jump over those leaps, man. If not, you're just going to crumble and be shit.
Exactly. Life humbles you right when you need it to humble you. You don't want it to humble you, but you need it.
I don't know why it happened to me. None of my family has it. I'm the only one that has it. It's a very rare one. Universalis is the whole body, and it's like 1% of the world. Less than 1% of the world would have it. And when I got it, I didn't know anybody else had it. And then throughout my time having it, I met a few people that had it. So it's like, when I see someone else, it's like a cult. You're like, you look at him, you're like, oh shit. Oh shit. Like, I met a guy in PA. I was at a gas station. I was working I was doing sales, door-to-door sales. I went to a gas station to grab some goodies and shit, some drinks and all that. And he was behind me, and he like noticed me. I go outside, and he goes into his van with his family. He grows out his windows like, hey man, hey, you got alopecia? And I'm like, oh shit. I looked, and the reason why I noticed he did, because I noticed he didn't have eyelashes. And I was like, oh shit. So we like connected, and it was dope. It's dope to see people with the same thing as you. It makes you feel better. Like I'm not the only one, but
Yeah,
that was when I first
and you
had
can't find that. So
it. Yeah, but now a lot of people are getting like Arieta, which is like patches, and I'm like, you'll get over it, man. Just take
yeah,
the
yeah, that
steroids,
actually got
pussy.
popular
Yeah.
from what was his name? Jason Statham. He started doing that, and he's not even. He doesn't even have alopecia. He's just bald, and he started doing that to make it look like it was an active choice that he shaved his own head.
I thought it was because he was just balding. Because you see, like in a '90s movies where he has that fucking Vegeta hairline,
right?
And so I'm like, oh, you're just aging horrible. Like you're balding horrible. Because I was too when I had my hair. Because my pops, he's bald, and you know my little brother, he's balding too, and you know we had curly hair. So when I look, I'm like, damn, I'm thinning right here. Oh shit. But then it all just went away. So I'm like, I guess I don't have to deal with going to go get like implants and shit like that. And you know, I see how much money I save in haircuts and stuff like that.
I imagine, dude, because haircuts are like $30 now.
If that, you're lucky to get the $30. You pay the hot $50 if they doing the beard, bro. And then you gotta tip them because if you don't, you're a dick. So you're like spending like $70 a cut, and people get cuts every week, man. I remember getting cut, but then I used to just do it myself, man. I was the fucking Gillette razor champion. I used to get the triple blade and just trim my own chin strap, and people thought it was like straight razor. I'm like, hell no, I'm scared to use a straight razor. I'm fucking heavy handed. So, one thing I do miss is facial hair, though. I really wish I could have that back, but I don't care. My head is fine. I got a good shaped head for being bald and all that shit. And it really,
yeah, I mean, you lucked out as far as like you don't have dents or anything, you know.
no, except for that, you know, you got that fat boy roll where you can swipe the credit card in the back.
Kyle, you had a question?
You're like, so
okay. I was saying, like, are you competitive with your family? Because if they're all going bald, you did it the best, you know?
No, yeah. Well, because you know, with my family, on my pop side, we got big faces, so they're like heavy with the double chin. So it's funny because I'm like, damn, every time people take pictures, like right now, my face is great, but when I'm in pictures taking, I'm like, fat as fuck looking. So when I do my shows, my photographer with On Point Photography, he's great with making pictures, but I always make fun of him. Like, damn, bro, you made me look so fucking fat in this picture. So that he'll like edit it and put like a black shadow, so like I got a fucking neck. I'm like, it's angles, man. Teaches you that angles are like key with, especially with women. They're like, hold it up here and I'll show like, see how I look like I got a skinny face, and then you go down and you look like your fucking grandpa that doesn't know how to take a fucking picture, and then they point it downwards. You ever, you know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, them fucking angles will make the Hunchback of Notre Dame look like
a fucking Prince Charming, bro.
Like you've like, you know, well, we're guys. We've all like peeked in on America's Next Top Model or some shit once in a while. But, like, they're not like the best looking girls, but then some of the pictures they take are just fucking insane, right?
Fool's gold, man. That's what I call it. Fool's gold, man.
Yeah,
it really is, bro. It really is.
I make fun of modeling like quite often,
but they do it great. I mean, can you knock it? Because fellas are doing it now. They got the fucking tank top that makes them look slender, just like women with their fucking breasts. And like, you know, like makes it look juicier, whatever the fuck it is, and their hips slimmer. Then when you take them home, it's like, oh shit, you're a mom of 3. You know, it's like, wow. Yeah, so
that's funny. Okay, so
yeah.
Before we roll into the sketches,
yeah.
Like, how did you get into sketches? Like, how did like what went down there? What was like? Okay, we should do a sketch. Like, how'd that go?
So me and my brother Tony, Anthony Velez, I knew him since I was 12 years old, and he's always been animated. He always wanted to do projects. You know, he was the hot guy. He was the shit when I was growing up, and I was always in the crew. They called me Local Willie because I was always doing this shit. Long story short, when I was a senior in high school, him and his wife, they always told me like, hey, yeah, you're the guy. People in even high school was like, you're gonna be the one to make it. And I'm very humble, so I'm like, get out of here, like, because I was very outgoing, always loved everybody, showed love to everybody, and they want to start doing sketches. So we started doing a sketch. The first sketch was Funky Lost His Monkey. So I was on it. I'm like, all right. So it was a quick snippet. We didn't know how to really edit that well, and I forgot what it was for, but we had to make it into a certain time length. So at the end, when you see it, you'll see how quickly it like kind of like fast forward, like boom, at the end, because we was trying to shortcut it to make it to it got to that time frame. We just weren't good, but we were very creative and innovative with that kind of stuff. And that was our first skit, and we posted it, and Monkey lost his monkey. And from there, we was doing skits, man. But with life, he was on a cruise ship because he was teaching dance on a cruise ship. I was figuring out my life. So when we can meet each other up, we will do as skits as we can. That's the skits that I was trying to show you. There's one skit I wanted to show you, but he wasn't able to send me. He sent me the link the other day. I wasn't able to find it. We do it in the West 14th is the oil, right there by the steel mill. It's like this place. They used to do Puerto Rican parade, and we did a little quick skit. And I had my mustache and my hair. That's how I had hair, and it was just muddy up. And I'll do that. And I had a suitcase, and it was just a fucking pack of Snickers. And it was real serious, like mafia type shit. We come out the black car and all this shit. It was live. And we always did skits. We always wanted to do skits, man. We always did that. And like thriller videos and random shit that he would come up with. And I really do give credit to my boy Tony, man, because he was really the one I was doing. And now the tables has turned because, I got into comedy and, I'm doing my thing. And he finally got done. He was doing trucking, and it was taking a lot of his time. And he's like, bro, I want to do this. I want to do this and this. I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting for you, bro. Like, so we can get it. So now that he's out of it, we've been doing our shows, our incognito shows, our test your mic, open mics over at Jen's and Broadview. We've been doing a lot of that. It's getting a lot of noticeness because we're different. You guys need to come to the next one on July 19th. It's my birthday bash. We just had a birthday bash for. We partnered up with City Slice Pizzeria. If you guys are familiar with that in Cleveland, Mofongo. So we partnered up with those guys. They've been waiting for us to partner with them for like a couple of years. They've been reaching out to Tony. Tony been reaching out to me, and now we finally collab. Which is this will be our third show coming up in July. Our like actual big show. We call it incognito because this is a private location. We just wanted to make it more intimate, but we reach out to people for that. But we are going to go live once everything is established.
I saw sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I saw it said incognito address or whatever, and I was like, are they doing a strip club? Like,
no, it's right there off 117th. That's 117th. We just made it incognito for now, just the legal reasons, man. That's really all I want to say about that. But once everything's established, we're gonna make it more public. But we always fill out seats. It's always filled out, man. It's always stacked. You can see pictures on my page. I'll post some after this, and like more. We'll get in more photos. It's really dope. Try to change it up, be different. It's not just a regular comedy show. What we do, comics, Cole, like, you got your host that comes up, does his 10, brings up the first comic does his thing, host comes up, maybe says like 30 seconds or a minute of rebuttaling what the comic says. We're probably getting something out the way, bring up the next comic. It's very like boom, 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 boom. And we didn't want to do that. We don't have open feature headliners. We have 1, 2, 3. They all do 15. And in between, we do like skits, like little skits that we do, like game time, stuff like that. It gets the audience not just sitting there. When you're at the Improv, you're watching comics from beginning to end. And by the headliner, your jaw hurts because you're sitting there, you're laughing, and you don't even want to hear the rest of the headliner. You hear half of the headliner, you're like, damn, I want to go already because I'm sitting here, I'm stagnant, and I'm watching the same routine the whole show. My thing was, let's change that. And I brought that to Tony's idea. And with his ideas, we mashed together. Let's do skits in between. Let's do little game shows. Let's do this and that. Then we bring our comics up. Boom, bing, boom. And when we don't treat it like open feature headliner, it changes up the avenue. It changes up the mindset of people that are watching because they're used to seeing comedy shows that are like, pow, 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 pow. open feature headliner. So then they get excited for the headline. They're like, oh, he's got to be dope as fuck. He's not as funny. He's as funnier than the opener and the feature. But when you bring the comics in, you deliver it that way. They're so excited. And at the end of the show, we run a party, open mic, karaoke, and people are singing. Boom, boom, boom. We ended at a certain time, like 1 or 1:30, because at that time, after that, people get too rowdy. So because it's just like logistics and figuring out like how it is. It's a dope show, man. You guys definitely got to come out. But we run it differently, man. And I'm really just trying to change the game on entertainment in Cleveland when it comes to like comedy entertainment, because nobody's doing what we're doing. And I'm not knocking any of other shows, because the mics that people run are fucking phenomenal. I love them. They're dope. I always go to mics to hear the feedback of other comics that I put on. But people always say to me, especially like the newer guys, are like, yeah, put me on. Can I get on your show? I'm like, well, come to my open mic. Let me see what you got. If you could do a hot 15, then I got you. We care about the comedians. We really show a lot of love to comedians, because a lot of shows, they'll just like get up, do, boom, bing. You either get paid or you don't. And then when you hear the word showcase, people know the showcase means is not pay. And I always was like, whatever. But if you're new, you get into it. You're like, fuck it, because you're trying to get your reps in. So it is what it is. But for me, I want to change that. I really appreciate the entertainers, the comics. They take value into their art, man. So I want to show them that.
Right.
So, when they come up, we have this name, their picture, their tag, and they appreciate that, man. That's all we try to do, man. That right now is what we're doing. So.
Where is it? Oh, that's pretty cool. I might try to see about coming in. Why isn't my thingy working?
Yeah, so, and I do professional wrestling too. I just wrestled Rhino from ECW like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, that was probably the dopest shit I've ever did. So
I miss the Attitude Era, but now there's a Netflix era. Let's see what happens with them.
Yeah, they said there's like uncensored. I'm excited to see that. I don't watch wrestling now. Like I do pro wrestling on the indie circuit, but I don't watch wrestling now. But now they said like it's gonna be uncensored, so I know AAA is trying to bring back the Attitude Era. I'm like, all right, we're gonna see what's popping, man.
I don't know if they can really ever do that, but like get closer at least. Like this PG bullshit. Like I kind of when John Cena started showing up as
that's when I stopped watching it. I really was like, this is for the kids.
But I just naturally did. Like I aged out. I was like, I had other like I was no, it's teenager, so I was going out and shit. So I was like,
yeah, like the Mark, like he was reminding me, it was like a new age Mark Wahlberg back in the 90s when he was getting ready to rap. He was rapping and shit. That's how I took it. I'm like, but he killed it. He did his thing. I'm not knocking his performance, like whatever. Kids loved it. People love it, but he was more of the kids shit. So
we have so many, like, it's funny because like so many of what were like the standard moves are just banned now. And they're all like punching and kicking half the time. It's like, it's got
like with the chair shots, like you don't do chair shots to the head no more. I mean, people still do like the hardcore ones. But realistically, like last year, I did 2 street brawls at Kalamazoo, Michigan, and it was a guy that gets Soul Taker, and he's a hardcore guy. He was like, "We're gonna go a street brawl you down." I'm like, "Fuck it, listen, I'll do it." And we're taking chair shots. I'm like, "Cool, you do 2, I do 2, because I'm not gonna take 2. You not take 2. Fuck that." So we took them, and I'm like, I tell people like that shit hurts. I didn't sleep well for 2 days. My back I did it 2 times in a row. Yeah. Back to back, and that shit don't feel good, man. I mean, the reaction is realistic as fuck, you sell it.
I'm talking about like even they don't do suplex anymore, and they're not allowed to do pile drivers, and
the pile drivers is a thing too, man. Like like pile drivers isn't too big of a thing.
No, they won't
because of the head. But when you hold them up.
No, like
the head has to be above the knee, and then you basically cuff the head with your thighs and plant down. That way, the head doesn't hit the mat. But a lot of people just not good with that with that placement. They're not good with delivering. So it's You gotta either been doing that shit, and if you fresh, I'm not letting you do that to me. So I always ask how long you've been doing it and how good you are with moves. If you're not, I'm not doing that because fuck that. I'm not trying to be paralyzed, man.
Do we have the video yet?
No, I'm gonna send it to you real quick because I'm having trouble getting it to it.
Shit, when I play it, it might not hear it.
Quick story since we're waiting.
There you go.
I think my best moment in comedy, I was at Funny Stop Comedy Club, and that's when they were doing. That's when Pete was still alive. Rest in peace, Pete. And it was the comedy competition. Anyways, I do a show, I do my thing, and I get off stage at the end of it all, and this lady comes up to me. She is going through chemo, and I had my joke where it looked like, I'm, surviving cancer patient, and she thought it was funny. So after the show, she comes up to me and she's like, "I love your set. I'm going through chemo. Oh, the show's coming up." We took a picture. She loved it, and that was probably the best moment I ever had, man. She loved me. She took off her wig. I wore the wig. It's on my other page, and I have to post it and find it. But she loved it. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but that was probably the most intimate moment I ever had doing comedy with someone that was going through chemo. That was probably it was a life-death situation. And she went to go enjoy a time of her life, and I was the person that she enjoyed the most. And she had her moment, man. I was like mind blown by it, and I'll never forget that shit, man. That really motivated me to keep going, bro. That was the best time ever, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this first one I have right here is Dorito Farm. Play that for you.
I'm a Dorito man, and my brother Jimmy, he's a Dorito man himself too. Over here we have Willie. He's our tester. Tests all the different Doritos and separates them in different color bags depending on the flavor.
What is that guy doing over there?
Oh, that guy. Jimmy, we got another one. Get him! Try to steal my Doritos, but I don't let that happen. Whoa! Don't ever mess with the Dorito man's farm. Not that much.
Dorito Farm.
Health clubs for only $50. You can get a 5-class pack.
I really hit my head on that one, bro. When I was the guy, the thief too, right? So when I went to go slip, I really slipped on mud, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So that headbang was legit. So I'm hit the floor. I'm like, "Damn!" At least it's sold. That shit hurt so bad. Yeah, you gotta get it in, man. So yeah, that slip was a legit fall because I went to fake the slip, but I really ended up slipping and hitting my head hard as fuck on the floor. So yeah, that was a realistic ass hit.
Those are always fun because, you can't get that genuine reaction.
No, that was a genuine layout, bro. I laid myself out, bro.
Kyle, I sent you another link. I don't know if it's on it. Okay, cool.
I've got it shared there.
Oh,
I'm gonna refill. I'll be right back.
Gotcha.
Dun dun dun. So you're having computer trouble?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's like saying it's not connecting to, my computer won't connect to.
But you can hear them playing on mine, yes?
Yeah. You're cool.
Okay.
Good, great, great speed and everything. There's always something. I swear to God.
Well, we should just let me play them if they're fucking working. Because before it was no audio for whatever reason.
Right.
So
it's saying my browser can't access your devices. I don't know what's going on.
My internet's generally very strong. So if we can just do it, I'll produce it more or whatever, or just send me the things and I can do this end anyways.
I got it.
Tech difficulties.
Yeah, a little bit, but we're good to go now. All right, so now we have Funky lost his monkey.
Yeah, it's my first video I've ever did with Tony, man, and his wife Esther.
All right.
Let's go ahead and play this up. I'm interested in.
Funky lost his monkey. Starring Tony Fresh as Funky. Funky as Monkey. Local Willie as Gorilla Man. Nani as B-Boy Racho.
Daggers.
Ellie Fresh as Alice.
Maybe play it back. Maybe it'll try being baggage.
After putting the cheese, Funky real.
Sorry, what?
It's lagging a bit.
It's lagging heavy right now. That's what I was saying. Maybe wait for it to load up.
Monkey lost his monkey.
Oh, there it is. There it
Tony
is.
Fresh as monkey. Monkey as monkey. Local Willie as Gorilla Man. Nani as B-Boy Racho. Uh-oh. Jelly Fresh as Alice. After cutting the cheese, Monkey realizes that Monkey needs a banana trail Monkey finds and appeals he leaves behind. Search for Monkey must go on. Monkey asks ape, but question went wrong. And Monkey asks the ape, have you seen my monkey? Ape says, I am a smelly monkey. No! Monkey follows bananas on the bone. And there he finds some messy clothes. He's getting close up, but little does he know. Here's where he goes. You see the B-boy rocking his field. So Monkey rides and hits windmills. He hits what? Windmills. Leaving the fields where he found her. Monkey fell on the Honda. On the what? On the Honda. Up the trail, there he goes. Selling fashion. All these things that go in. Tip shop is where it begins. You call back, he push him away. And all his hands is the way he plays. Time for the gun, spin his head around. Check out the style, he's rocking now. Rocking and not stopping. Now that's what I call hip hopping. Rocking and not stopping. Now that's what I call hip hopping. Hip hop, hip hopping. Hip hop, hop, hip hopping. There's more bananas. Where's the monkey?
See?
Busted! Caught him red-handed, here was monkey. Played a trick on. Bam!
Oh, is that the main character? Is that you?
Yeah, so the gorilla guy and then me with the white t-shirt, he pushed me to the side and all that. That was me, man.
That's Fuzz. So
Yeah, that guy, that was right here. That was me, bro. That guy in the tree. That was me. Yeah, I was 19. That's look at that. Hairy ass armpits and shit. I didn't have no tattoos or nothing, bro. But that was me, man. 19, man. That was our first date. We was at the Brook Park, the Metro Parks right there on the west side where the zoo's at. You know,
yeah.
So we was in the woods and the trail. And I know exactly where we was at, bro. There's a little. I saw Memphis. There's a little park there, right there off the Brook Park, the reservations. And we went onto the trail and we went off to the woods. And we was just like, fuck it, right here. And when he started like walking down the trail, that was the trail we're going to that little playground. So we did it there, and it looked like we was in the middle of the woods, but we was just right there at the Metro Parks, bro, right off Memphis, man. And so that's where we did it.
And so what's like the preempting? What was the like what was y'all's idea for that? Like why did you come up with that? Like
I have to give it to Tony, man. He's just so random with his ideas. Now I do like a lot of the ideas too. Because at first I was always like, give me something, I'll do it. And that's how I started when I got like out of high school because I was used to just give me a script, I'll do this shit. Like Scrooge and Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. I'll just read it and I'll fucking do it. And that's how I treated it. And then I got to learning like, all right, I need to come up with my shit too. So he came up with the idea. I don't know what brought the idea. This Funky Lost His Monkey, because he had before Tammy, it was Funky Monkey Entertainment. And at the time he was teaching b-boying, which is breakdancing for everybody who doesn't know what b-boying is. It's just the proper term of it. And he was teaching breakdancing, and Funky Monkey, he was like, Funky lost his monkey. He was like, yo, Loco, because that's what they called me. Loco, we got to do this, we got to do that. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And so back and forth, you'll hear his voice, you hear my voice. Funky lost his monkey. That was me. Tony Fresh ass, stylicious. Esther is stylicious, you know, like so we were going back and forth with the vocals. So you'll hear like different voices back and forth. That was me and him transitioning back and forth with our words. And it took us till like 2, 3 in the morning to edit everything because you know, he was new editing. So we're sitting at the computer at his house and we're like editing everything. I'm like, damn, bro, this takes that much to fucking edit. You know, at the time, you know, we don't know how to edit. But when people think like, oh, the editing, these videos are funny, how come you don't come out with more shit? So like every fucking day, I'm like, first, I got a fucking life. And I do my other shit. Editing is exclusive. Like my TikTok with the South Park video. I don't know if you've seen the South Park one I did. Because I did like whatever you do, you like
I think I did see that one, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, if you're able to pull that one up, that one, bro, was like my favorite one to do. But it took me, I was so no lie, it was like 1 a.m. and I was drunk. I was drunk off my ass. But I've been waiting to do this for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm in my basement. I'm doing it. Everybody's asleep. I always like to do my skits when people are not around because I got my nephews and my girl up there and all this shit. So I'm like, fuck that. I always like to do it when it's like nobody's around because I'm real dingy with that. So I'm like, fuck it. So I go there and I'm like, I had to stop it, change costume, hit the play button, do it, and then I have to put it back to make sure that it matches the sound. So then I'll do it, watch it. If I don't like it, go back, delete it, redo it again. And that happened for about fucking 2 hours. I did that shit, changing clothes, doing this. I didn't like it. Go back, doing this. It didn't match. It didn't match. The sound didn't match the way I said it. It didn't match. That was probably the longest I've ever had to do. Like, damn, editing is crazy. But then I learned that you can do it all like that and then kind of edit it from there and match the sound and do all this shit. And I didn't even know that. So I did it like the hard way. And I didn't realize that till recently. My Tony was like, bro, you could do this and that, do da. So I did a skit with, it was called Happy Nuts, the Happy Nuts one. I don't know if you've seen that one, but I'm watching the Browns game. I go to the bathroom and my boy, he has his cream. It's called Happy Nuts. So I seen it. I'm like, the fuck? I got to make a skit off this. So I'm like, I go and I'm on my phone and I'm like, Happy Nuts. And everything's off the top of my head. So as I'm doing it, and then I go to everybody in the house and I'm just saying shit. Nobody was like told to say anything. They weren't like, what's the word I'm trying to say? Like pre-told or whatever the fuck. They weren't told to say anything specific. I'm like just raw footage and everything was raw. So I'm like, boom. So if you see the video, the girl's like, Happy Nuts. My homegirl Laura. And that was all her reaction. Because I'm like, what you guys doing about Happy Nuts? And she's like, Happy Nuts. And I saved it. So I did everything one take and then I cut it. Went to my laptop, cut it and everything. And that was my first like true edited video. I was able to edit it. I got a laptop. I was able to learn how to figure out how to edit, and that shit came out dope as fuck. So, yeah, things like that. I do skits off of randomness, man. I have skits that I have so much skits that I have to continue doing, which you guys will see in the future. But yeah, with people be like, why don't you focus so much on your skits? I'll tell you guys in reality, like it's tough because we have life, we have work, we have to do this.
That's as much work
until it pays, then I can focus all my time on that. But right now, I'm trying to squeeze this, my comedy, my wrestling, work life, and hopefully I can get in and do all my skits like that. That right there, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you gotta watch this. So let me shut the fuck up, so I gotta watch that one. Go ahead.
I know the answer, Mr. Garrison. Shut up, fat boy. Hey, don't call me fat,
You gotta pause it and let it play again. Yeah, let it kind of load up because that shit was that shit took me hours, man. I'm sweating. I had to wipe my sweat off, put the shit back on, and that shit was it was a lot of work, man. I was like, damn, if this editing is like this, it's like I don't know, man.
All right, I'm gonna play it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I know the answer, Mr. Garrison. Shut up, fat boy. Hey, don't call me fat, you fucking Jew.
Eric, did you just say the F word?
Jew? No, he's talking about fuck. You can't say fuck in school, you fucking fat ass.
Kyle.
Why the fuck not?
Eric.
Dude, you just said fuck again.
Stanley.
Who?
Kenny.
What's the big deal? It doesn't hurt anybody. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
How would you like to go see the school counselor?
How would you like to suck my balls?
What did you say?
I'm sorry. Actually, what I said was, how would you like to suck my balls?
Yeah. I had so much fun doing that, man. I still got that mic. I felt actually, but yeah, yeah. You guys can watch it on TikTok with Local Willie Comedy, man. It's a lot more like you know, matching the words, but
Hold on, buddy. I'll
it's
be a minute. All right. So that was I love the TikTok. I get what you're saying on editing too, because I'm an avid TikToker myself. I do a lot of fucking sketch. I need to get back more into it.
same, bro.
Editing, that's why I do mostly live stuff now. It's just easier. It's done. It's over. It's filmed. All that stuff. But last question. We do a little segment that are mostly is my idea, where I just kind of ask a dumb question.
Yeah, man.
What is the weirdest food combination you've ever had in your life that was actually pretty good?
Salami and peanut butter.
All right, I trust you on that.
I was in high school.
Bro. Like, you're like, I
It
just had
was
that.
loaded with that one. He's fucking.
Yeah, I
Don't have that
I
right
know
after
that
this
was the
kind of
wildest one because my boys always bring it up. Like, remember the salami and peanut butter, bro? I like after school. I go to my pops, man. He's like, yeah, you could bring the homies over, your friends. I'm like, all right, cool. He don't know that I was blazing, so we getting high as fuck. Blah 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 blah. I got like 8 motherfuckers over, man. More people end up showing up. That's when it came to like 8 people. So I go from blazing adequate with 2 of my homies to like 5 other motherfuckers pulling up. We're in the living room. We're hungry, and my pops ain't had shit in the fridge but like some salami and some peanut butter that I found. So I slapped that shit together, ate. I was like, bro, this was good. And people weren't with it. I'm eating it and shit. And yeah, I ended up leaning on a wall, laughing, and it like broke through. As soon as it broke through, I look out the window, my pops pulls up in this Toyota Camry. I'm like, oh shit. I told everybody to rush out. We all try to rush out. Me spraying Axe spray everywhere. I ended up getting caught, man. But yeah, salami and peanut butter was the wildest shit I've ever fucking ate together, bro. For real.
It sounds like you still eat it sometimes.
No. I'll tell you some shit I still eat is cheese and peanut butter. My mom did it when she was pregnant with me. And my family eats that shit. Cheese and peanut butter, man. Try that shit. It's the salt.
I mean, I've had like those peanut butter crackers you buy at like the gas stations or whatever.
Yeah, man. You make some
They're
peanut
not bad.
butter sandwiches on your bread. You put a slap of cheese in the middle, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That shit is clutch out. Yeah. Whoever's watching, try that shit.
Oh, so somebody, Zoe Schreiber said, ask him about his movie debut on Tubi. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I forgot to mention that to you, man. It's called Back from 2005. With my boy Dave Flint was the writer and producer. There's other people that were writing it too, but he was the main writer. And Back to the Future, the guy, the fuck, he the guy like, hey guys, he's got the light voice. He dressed in 2005 gear. If you go on Tubi, Back to 2005. I did the fight scene for him. He hit me up randomly, Dave Flint. He was like, hey, Will, as I do pro wrestling, hey, Will, can you do the fight scene, the last fight scene? I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right. Never did fight scenes. So I'm like, all right, cool, I could do that. So I gathered up, I figured out some fight scenes. We go to this spot, this warehouse on the east side. Boom, we go in there, we do it, we there for hours. I tell them to do this and that, do this and that, and they enjoyed it. They're like, oh, you saved the movie, da 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 da. Very humble. I'm like, I ain't saved the movie. Y'all rocked it out, man. I just did the last fight scene. So if you watch it on Tubi, back to 2005, homeboy's in there, the head honcho, follow him. Phenomenal, man. He's very like retro. He goes across states and sells bootleg DVDs. It's made up DVDs, man. And everybody loves him, man. I love this dude. Follow him. His Back 2005. You'll see him. You'll see him on the page, man. Make sure y'all follow him. But that movie was dope. We're actually coming out with the part 2. They're actually writing it right now. We're gonna be doing the filming it soon. So just look out for that. And you'll see it. I have a bigger role. Basically, I'm the guy that basically kind of I'll just give you a scoop of it. I'm the guy that kind of like wants retaliation, because if you watch the movie, I'm like, like fuck this, and I boogie with the crew. So watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about.
You definitely have like I'm gonna get revenge vibes.
Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to, the revenge shit. So that was like the revenge guy, and my boy Flynn was like, "Yo, be ready." I'm like, "Yo, this hell yeah, let's do it." So if y'all enjoyed the first one, watch it on Tubi. It's one of the most viewed movies on Tubi right now, as to my acknowledgement. So please, if you haven't watched it, watch it. And I think you guys that watched it that you acknowledged it. Who said that? Who said that?
Zoe Schreiber.
Schreiber? Oh, Zoe. Oh yeah, Zoe. That's my homegirl, man. Thank you guys.
Thank you for watching the show. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching the show with Cole, man, and all that stuff. But yeah, that was the movie I did, man. That was the first thing I did, man. And that shit was fun as fuck. It takes, if you guys ever want to get into entertainment industry, just know it's long, it's dragging.
Right.
You got to be dedicated, bro. Because
where
the
can
aftermath is so rewarding.
people find you, Willie? Where can people find you?
Local Willie Comedy. You can find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Pro Wrestling too. I'm wrestling in Michigan for the Cleveland Taco Fest, 3rd, 4th. My next show is this Saturday at Lake Erie, at the Pavilion, the Upper Pavilion. I'll be doing that with Yushan and a bunch of other comedians. If so, on Saturday from 4 to 8, if you're available, go to Edgewater, the Upper Pavilion, which is the new display that they have shown. That new the building they have where you go and drink your stuff, all that stuff. It is dope. Go up there and watch some live comedy. July 19th, I have my B-Day bash at the private location Incognito Comedy Show. If you guys are interested, just DM me or Cole Clayton, and we'll get it rocking. I send you all the information so you can get your tickets. And then after that, September is another wrestling show, and I got other comedy shows coming up. Every month we do a comedy show. It's called Incognito Comedy Show, brought to you by Showpiece Entertainment and Showpiece Comedy. So I look forward to seeing you guys. It was an honor for me to be on your podcast, man.
Yeah, I always like having you on. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it was a little kind of last minute, but
no, it's fine, man. Yeah, it's all good, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. I like your sketches. The Funky Monkey was awesome.
Yeah, thank you, man. You follow that. I think Mr. Tony Fresh is the YouTube page. We haven't ran that in a while, but follow that. Follow Local Weedy Comedy on all the platforms pretty much. And I hope you guys enjoy what I deliver. I'm going to get on top of it, doing more skits and sketches and all that. So love you guys. Thank you for everything, man.
Hell yeah. And remember, guys, you can catch us doing this show every other Wednesday, about 8:30 live. Kyle has his show every Monday with Dino, the Genetic Marvel, Life of Giants.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock on Mondays, every Monday. You can see me this weekend doing every other weekend meals with my son on Saturday. We kind of just roll out whenever my kid feels like cooking. The Big Goddamn Show on air with me and my sister every Saturday, about 6, 5, something like that. And then every Tuesday, you may have missed it last week, or you may have missed it just yesterday, or maybe you just caught it. Chandler Cheese, where I like to get drunk and try to cook with my buddy Dino, the Genetic Marvel.
That's dope.
And Dino also has Generation Dan with Atlas Novak, and when we're talking about that, I also have a show with Atlas Novak on every other Monday. Where the fuck is it? Oh shit! Anyway,
Last Minute History.
Talk about history on Last Minute History. I don't see the little fucking thingy, but appreciate you guys, and we'll see you when we see you. Thank you.